A cold wind swept through the Hessdalen Valley on a quiet, silent night in Norway. Snow blanketed the rugged mountains, coating trees and rocks in a soft white layer. The sky was perfectly clear, a canvas of stars stretching endlessly overhead, and the valley seemed frozen in stillness. Then, suddenly, a bright yellow orb rose from behind a distant ridge. It moved without a sound, hovering for a moment as if observing the valley below. It pulsed, growing brighter and then dimmer, before darting across the sky and stopping again, suspended mid-air like it was thinking. Witnesses froze in awe. For decades, locals had whispered about the Hessdalen Lights, mysterious glows that appeared unpredictably in this remote valley. But that night, the lights revealed a behavior no one had ever recorded. Cameras captured something astonishing, a new chapter in a 40-year mystery. Since the early 1980s, the Hessdalen Lights have baffled scientists, hobbyists, and curious visitors alike. These luminous phenomena change color, shape, and speed, sometimes appearing to rise from the ground, sometimes to descend from the sky. And now, in 2024, newly installed recording equipment captured patterns that defy every known natural explanation. What exactly is happening here? The questions are simple, yet haunting. What are these lights? Why do they appear here more than anywhere else on Earth? And what changed in 2024 enough that researchers warn this could mark a turning point in understanding the phenomenon? The story begins in the early 1980s, when Hessdalen was a quiet mountain community with fewer than 1,000 residents. Almost overnight, reports flooded in, glowing objects filling the night sky. Bright white lights, deep red, soft yellow, electric blue. No two sightings were exactly alike. Some lasted only seconds. Others hung for more than an hour. Their movements defied explanation, stopping abruptly, drifting sideways, darting straight upward, sometimes splitting into multiple orbs before merging again. Nothing in the sky, man-made or natural, behaved like this. Farmers reported spheres hovering over their fields, glowing like lanterns in the dark. Hikers on the slopes saw slow, serene white lights glide past, illuminating the snow around them. Drivers on winding mountain roads stopped in their tracks as bright ovals hovered above, their glow so intense it lit the path ahead. Some lights were small, barely larger than a tennis ball. Others stretched dozens of feet across. Every sighting added weight to a mounting truth. Something extraordinary was happening, and no one had any idea what it was. By 1983, scientists took notice. Project Hessdalen was born, a dedicated effort to study the lights systematically. Cameras, radar systems, and measurement stations were installed throughout the valley. Researchers hoped to capture the lights, study their properties, and finally explain them. Yet the more they recorded, the stranger it became. The lights did not behave like plasma, nor like gas or dust. They did not resemble any man-made object. Yet their movements were deliberate and controlled. One striking sighting showed a bright white orb drifting slowly for more than 10 minutes. Radar tracked it, but its readings did not match any solid object. It was there yet not fully there. Suspended between states, the light seemed almost alive, observing the world like a sentient being. Theories were proposed. Some suggested burning dust rising from the valley floor. Others hypothesized ionized gas or rare plasma created by minerals in the rocks. Each offered partial answers, but none explained all the phenomena. If dust, how did it form clean, stable shapes? If gas, how could it move in straight lines for minutes at a time? If plasma, why did it hover so stably without dissipating? And then came 2024. This year, new, sharper recording systems were installed on surrounding peaks. Cameras and sensors were faster, more sensitive, capturing even the tiniest fluctuations in light and movement. What they recorded left scientists stunned. The lights were different. They hovered almost motionless for minutes at a time, splitting into multiple smaller points before merging again in what appeared to be a silent, deliberate dance. Pulses were no longer soft and gentle. They were sharp, rhythmic, almost like coded signals. And shapes began to form glowing triangles, straight lines bent at perfect angles. For the first time, Hessdalen seemed alive in a way more intelligent than anyone had imagined. The frequency of sightings also surged. Decades of relative calm had given way to nights filled with multiple sequences lasting over an hour. One January night, a bright golden light rose from the valley floor, hovered, split into two, and shot off in opposite directions. Both pieces paused mid-air before dropping, vanishing as if swallowed by the valley itself. No drones, meteors, or aircraft could account for such precise, synchronized movement. Old theories began to falter. Plasma? Chemical reactions? Metals and rocks? None could account for the rhythmic pulses, geometric patterns, or perfectly controlled maneuvers. One video captured a blue-white orb floating low over a frozen river, casting circular reflections on the ice below, perfect, structured, unnatural. Another showed a vertical beam rising like a glowing pillar, flickering slowly like a heartbeat, then collapsing into a ball and shooting sideways. No natural phenomena acts like this. The 2024 recordings included audio data too. Faint electromagnetic signals emitted by the lights were captured too structured to be random, too weak to be machines. On multiple nights, the signals synced with the pulsing lights. Coincidence seemed impossible. Something in the light's behavior suggested intelligence, or at least an organized energy source. Further recordings deepened the mystery. A red light traced a perfect square, pausing precisely at each corner before continuing. Another orb flattened into a disk before shrinking to a single glowing point, transformation so controlled, so smooth, they defied all natural explanations. For 40 years, Hessdalen had been a place of wonder and speculation, but now, in 2024, the lights were evolving. Their shapes were sharper, pulses stronger, and movement more deliberate. Geometric forms that had once been fleeting now appeared with clarity. The valley glowed as it always had, but the lights were different. Purposeful, intelligent, changing in ways researchers had never predicted. The implications are profound. If the Hessdalen lights are evolving, what are they evolving toward? Are we witnessing the slow emergence of a previously hidden natural phenomenon, or is something entirely unknown at play, a force that has waited for the right conditions to reveal itself? Some nights, the valley is silent. Snow muffles footsteps, and the air is still. And yet, even in the darkness, the next light is already forming somewhere in the distance. A golden flicker on the horizon, a triangle glowing faintly behind a ridge. The valley waits patiently, its secrets hidden, until the lights decide to appear again. Hessdalen has been studied by physicists, meteorologists, and even UFO enthusiasts. But the 2024 sightings suggest a phenomenon that is not static. It is learning, adapting, or simply revealing levels of complexity unseen before. Radar readings show movement inconsistent with ordinary physics. Reflections on ice and snow indicate energy behaving in structured ways. Patterns appear where randomness should prevail. And yet, despite decades of observation, no one can say for certain what the Hessdalen lights are. Are they purely natural? Are they influenced by electromagnetic fields unique to the valley? Or could they be something more, an intelligence encoded in light itself, waiting for humans to notice? One thing is clear. Hessdalen is no longer a valley of mere spectacle. It is a laboratory, a stage, and a mystery all at once. If this deep dive captivated you, hit like so others can uncover the mystery. Subscribe for more unexplained phenomena, strange science, and eerie discoveries from around the world.